Good day, Kamari. Good day. How are you? Good day. Good day. Good day. Good day. Good day. Good day. It's the top of the AM. Just want to say good day to everybody. Welcome back. Oh no, your son is sick on his spring break. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. What's wrong with him? Hello? Stomach virus. Name a car for an edit. Chevelle. Good day. Maurice Cooks. Stomach virus. Wow. Um, how did that come about? Where did he get the stomach virus from? What about Supra? Supra. Y'all make sure y'all like this live, okay? God bless. Keep up the work. God bless you too, Carlos. Telia, shout out to you, Landers. Hi. At school. Yeah, dang, that's unfortunate. I hope your son gets better. I would just start praying over him. Just start praying. Rebuking that sickness and that infirmity, bind it up, rebuke that off of him. Plus, I would probably do like chicken noodle soup and liquids and stuff like that. Hello to everybody that's coming in. Felipe, um, everyone else. You're welcome. I don't know exactly what else you could do for a stomach virus. But prayer changes things. I would just pray. I would just start praying and, lay your hands on him. Just take your hand, lay your hands from all the way to his head, all the way down to his toe, to his feet, and just pray over him. And just be like, Lord, um, just be like, you are healed in Jesus' name. I bind up and rebuke any satanic attacks or any demonic attacks over my child. I bind up and rebuke the spirit of infirmity off of my child in the name of Jesus. And that's what I would do. I would do that a couple times during the day. Sometimes things is not necessarily physical. It's it's spiritual. So a lot of times when, people get sick and stuff like that, if they just start praying and rebuking that sickness, it'll leave like that. Like there's been times where I had a pounding headache and I just pray over myself and then it just leave instantly. So sometimes when the devil can't attack you personally in an area, he will try to attack your children or the people that's closest to you. So yeah, that's what I would do. And then make sure that, he has some light colored clothing on, maybe some Pedialyte or some type of um liquids. I don't know exactly because I know that, if those things happen or have happened, those are the things that I do. So hopefully he feels better soon. But yeah, that sucks. It's always, especially in schools and daycares and stuff, it's always little stuff going around from other children and stuff like that. As a preventative, I would probably, if you don't already give him vitamins and things of that nature, I would probably give him some sort of vitamins like vitamin C. Elderberry is really good for the immune system. It helps build the immune system. They have like the gummies for children, um and they're like little gummies, and they're gonna like them. They taste pretty good. And I would, like, all throughout the year, I would have, some stuff like that to give him. Shanika Rue, hey girl, hey boo, good day to you. Happy Monday to everybody. um how y'all feeling today? How y'all doing? How's everybody doing today? I know earlier I woke up and I felt super tired because I did not go to bed until late. It's no fun being sick. Good day to you. Hey Red, how you doing? No, it's no fun being sick. It's just that's the worst. But gotta start praying, rebuking the devil, rebuking the devourer. Cause I feel like that's what it be most of the time. Yes, happy Monday to you too. Talib, hello. I'm over here just being lazy. Good day to you. Yes, good day, good day. I I I know a lot of y'all is in the habit of saying good morning. I hate that. I don't like it's I know it's a bad habit. I used to say it too, but I don't say good morning no more. I always say good day. Good day is better and it's positive. I feel like with the good morning stuff, that's like, it's like you're saying it's a word curse, basically. So, I always turn it around with good day, because you want to speak life and death is in the power of your tongue. You want to speak blessings over your day, over your life, and not curses. Like mourning, it refers to, like, when somebody is mourning a loss. So say for example, someone you love, they get killed and you're in mourning about that situation. That's like what that is basically saying. It's good to be in mourning. Have you you're getting blocked. Sometimes I just be like, some people, they just ain't got no type of sense. I have to, this person, I have to go ahead on and block them with the stupidity. It's too early for all of that stupidity stuff, for real. But today is gonna be a good day. You're gonna have a positive day, a good day. You gotta set the tone for your day. If you want to have a good day, you gotta already believe it, and you gotta speak it into existence so you can have a good day. But if you wake up with the attitude like, oh, nothing good is going to happen to me today, I hate Mondays, and it's da da da, it's like Mondays is going to always be like that for you. So you have to say, you have to turn it around, and you got to say, nope, I rebuke that. Today going to be a good day. I'm going to have a good day. I'm going to accomplish the things that I need to do today. I'm not going to be as tired. I'm going to have energy. Like, you got to tell yourself, like, you know what I'm saying? You got to speak that goodness over your life, even when you don't feel like it. Even in all reality, you might be tired. You might be sick. You might not be feeling well. You might not want to get up and go to work. You might not want to go to school. But you have to tell yourself, look, I'm going to choose to have a good day. I'm going to choose to have a positive day despite of how I feel. And like once you have that kind of attitude, then you're going to notice that you're going to have more good days than bad days. Not saying that things is not going to happen. You live in this world with people. Things is going to, come about, but for the most part, you're going to be okay though. While everybody else is going through and suffering with this and that, you're not going to be suffering. You're going to be cool. So that's what I be telling myself. I did post a poll down at the bottom of the screen. It just says, do you want clear skin? It looks like it's about half and half. 56% of the people said yes. And then you got 44% of the people said no. I don't know who would not want clear skin. I think the people that said no, they probably just some jealous Negroes, or they just wanted to say no just to say no. Because I'm pretty sure most people want to have, clear skin, longer hair. When you look good, when your hair is right, you feel better about yourself. You feel good about yourself. So I just want to say thank you guys for voting. The people that did vote down at the bottom of the screen. Our website is linked right under there. We do make our own soap in-house. We make our own hair care items. Um, and the website is keepitgrowingproducts.com. So if you want to check out our website, you're more than welcome to check it out just to see what we have on there. So yeah, thank y'all for the votes. Let me see, how do I go? Dang, what happened? We want clear skin. Right, Red? Red say he want clear skin. I know that's right. Me too. How do I back out of this? Y'all, sometimes, okay, there we go. So basically, some things that you can do for clear skin is you can always start off by using a really good face wash. Instead of buying a bunch of products and, face wash from the store, I make my own soap. I started making my own handmade soaps about over 10 years ago. And ever since then, that's what I have been using. I do, aside from my soap, I use a moisturizer. It doesn't have to necessarily be a high-end moisturizer. It could be something more affordable from like your drugstore or from Walmart or Target or wherever you like to shop at. Or it can even be from the dollar store. So the moisturizer that I was using a lot from Dollar Tree was the dupe for Glow Recipe. It comes in a pink packaging. I was showing you guys that like all the time. That was like my go-to. I did go into Sephora one day. They start telling me about another brand. I did try it out. I did like it. So far, that's what I've been using on my face. But I always start out with my handmade soap. I start off with warm or hot water. I wet my face. I go in with the soap. Then I rinse it off in cool water. Another skin care tip that you can use is you can take a bowl, fill it up with ice and water, and then literally just put your face in a bowl with the ice and the water. That's going to help tighten up your skin. That's going to tone your skin. It's going to prevent like wrinkles and, lines and stuff like that. I'm actually going to do that for y'all one day on here so you can see firsthand what I'm talking about. But basically, you just get a bowl that's big enough for your face to fit inside of it, fill it up with ice and water, and put your face in there. Do that a couple times, and I'm telling you, make that into your routine. Plus, you want to drink water, eat, fruits and vegetables, exercise. All of that stuff goes into your, having clear skin. Yes, get that all natural cleanse. Yes. You can even take it a step further and add, rosemary to the water, or, you know, I don't, well, I would just say plain ice and water, because some people is sensitive. You don't want to burn out your eyes. You don't want to, cause any problems. So scratch what I just said, okay? Don't try this at home. But just use plain water and ice. You can do ice water, pretty much like a ice bath for your face. That's what you can do. If you don't have a refrigerator that makes the ice for you, you can take it old school, get you some ice trays, fill it up with water, put your ice trays in the refrigerator, pop your ice out into a bowl with some water, and boom. So, you can always do that. I know before, a lot of women was using like the jade rollers, and they would pop those into the freezer or into the refrigerator until they got cold and just rub it on your face. If you don't have that, just get you a bowl with some ice. And I would say drink water. Some people, before was saying, oh, you got to drink a gallon of water a day, this, that, and the third. I don't agree with that. I feel like that's very hard to do. I feel like that's not necessary. As long as you are drinking at least, I would say maybe 2 8-ounce glasses of water a day. I would probably do like 16 ounces or 32 ounces, depending on what your lifestyle is. If you're working out, obviously you're probably going to drink more water versus someone that isn't. But we got to get on the road to health, y'all. Health, like, you can't buy that. You money cannot buy you feeling good. Money cannot buy those type of things. So God has given us our bodies as a temple. Um, Health is wealth. Yes, because if you're not healthy, if you can't move around, how you gonna enjoy life? How you gonna, go on vacation? How are you gonna hike and bike and do all of these things? You're not gonna be able to do it because you're not healthy. So a lot of people, I feel like, they get discouraged because they see social media. They see all these big buff people on there going hard. They working out. They doing all this strenuous working out and stuff. And that stuff don't happen overnight. It takes time. So don't be looking at people on social media. That means get out your house for 20, 30 minutes a day and say, hey, I'm going to go walking. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to get on a treadmill. I'm going to ride my bike. I'm going to roller skate. Do whatever you can physically that's fun for you. Some people like dancing. Dancing is a workout. Some people like to jog. That's a workout. Some people like to, run. Okay. Some people like to jump rope. Some people like to, there's a million and one things that you can do. You don't have to be intimidated by Big John in the gym. Forget them. So what if they got all the muscles in the world? So what if she's got all the muscles and she got a flat stomach and her butt is built and she got, her gluteus maximus is like maximum. So what? So what if you got a big belly and your stomach hanging all the way down to the floor? Okay, you in there. That's the first step, is making yourself do it. I don't be intimidated by nobody in the gym. I don't care what they doing in the gym. I'm going to move at my own pace. And the more that you do that, you're going to notice that you're going to become a lot more stronger. You're going to be able to endure a little bit longer. And before you know it, you're going to be into shape. You're going to be shaping up. So I don't care about none of that when I'm at the gym. I don't even be looking at them people. I just be like, whatever. I'm going to do my thing. Y'all do you. I'm going to do me. Yes, swimming is a workout too. Um, So there are so many things, you can play kickball, you can play baseball, you can get out there, whatever you like to do, you need to be physical every day. Done with the edit? Okay. So physical, something physical each day, just make it your business. Say, hey, I'm going to do a 15-minute workout. 15 minutes, if you just starting out, 15 minutes will go by so quick. Soon as you get to doing 2 or 3 things, your workout gonna be over. So if you commit to a 15-minute workout 4 to 5 times during the week, you on the road to victory. And before you know it, trust me, when I first started working out, all I did was 15 minutes. I would set my timer on my phone to 15 minutes and I would say, okay, we're either going to work on legs today, we're either going to work on arms, back, or do some type of cardio. And well, basically, I'll say this every other day was cardio, and then the rest of the days was something involving weights. Me personally, I like to kind of lift weights. I don't necessarily like doing cardio. Like, I know that it's necessary, and that builds endurance and your strength and all of that, and that's a full body workout. But I prefer to do weights. Some people like cardio. Some people don't like weights. Then you got those people that like weights and don't like cardio. I'm one of those people that rather do weights than cardio. But it's a balance because you need to do both. So what I will do is, like yesterday, I did legs. So today, when I go to the gym, I'm gonna end up doing arms. So you don't want to do legs and arms at the same time. You want to pick one or the other. Like today is leg day. Okay. Today is arm day. Tomorrow is back day. The next day is cardio. So that's what you want to do. I try to walk a lot. I try to, get outside. I try to walk the neighborhood, whether it's walking down, a couple blocks. I do live in a city in Houston, Texas. I do live in a major metropolis city. I live, you know, in the city, in the area or whatever. So a lot of times I would just walk. I'll get out there, I'll walk the trails, I'll go to a park, I'll just walk for, okay, let me walk 3 blocks or 4 blocks and come back. Then I might decide I want to do a little bit of a jog or walk fast at a real fast pace, almost at a running pace. So whatever you do, just make sure that you're staying active. Okay, it's going to keep you looking younger. You're going to feel younger. You're going to tone up your body. Everything all the way around is going to be better for you. So, yeah, today, at some point, I usually like to work out early, like when I first get up, just to kind of set the tone for the day. Sometimes you can get busy with the hustle and bustle of life. I don't necessarily like working out in the evening times because I feel like by the end of the day, a lot of times, most of the time, you're burnt out. For me, I like doing that when I first get up, before I start getting too busy. Okay, let me go get my 15, 20 minutes in. And then once you do that, you have more energy, you feel better, and then you can go on with your day. And then something else that I do when I first get up is I have some water. And I pretty much try not to eat until after 12 o'clock. Last week, I was eating at around 2, 3 o'clock p.m. So usually I try to do one meal a day, which is called OMAD. If you're not able to do one meal a day, you can do like, 2 meals, but be mindful of what you eat. Be mindful of the times that you eat. You don't want to eat food late at night. You want to eat um no later than, I would say, no later than like 7:30. Now that the time has went back, it's getting darker later. At the latest, I would probably say like 8 o'clock. But you want to give yourself enough time for your food to digest as well. So the earlier that you can stop eating would probably be the better. You don't want to eat late. If you find yourself getting hungry, a lot of times people think that they're hungry and you're not hungry, you're just probably thirsty. So you can always do like a water. If you didn't want to do water, I would probably do like, some grape juice, or, some orange juice, or even like a smoothie. One thing with the smoothies that I will say is, if you can do them without so much milk, that would even be better. Because most of the time when I make my smoothies, I will use H2O. I'll put my fruit, whatever fruit in there. I'll put the fruit in there. I'll put the water in there. And then I'll put, sometimes I will add date sugar if the fruit is not, all that sweet. Sometimes at the grocery store, you get a whole to fruit that just don't have no taste, that's bland, that ain't sweet. So in those cases, you probably want to go in with date sugar. You don't want to put regular sugar in a smoothie. That's defeating the purpose. If you're trying to lose weight and you're trying to be healthy, you don't need to put sugar in a smoothie. You can use date sugar because that's a natural sugar, but I'm talking about white sugar. I'm talking about imperial sugar, or just sugar from the grocery store that you use for Kool-Aid or for whatever else. Like, I see people online doing that, and I just be like, you didn't just kill the smoothie because you didn't put all that sugar in there. What is the point of being healthy and trying to lose weight if you're going to put all that sugar in there? That doesn't make sense. So you want to avoid sugar in general. Um, you want to avoid spicy food, too much spicy food. You want to just try to eat the best that you can eat, not putting so much seasonings and stuff. I would say the wrong type of seasoning, because you can season your food. If you're using like garlic powder, onion powder, basil, thyme, dill weed, cayenne pepper, Celtic salt or sea salt, you can kind of load up on that stuff, because those seasonings or those spices are actually good for you. But if you're just using like slap your mama and, a lot of seasonings that most black people buy, it has a lot of salt, a lot of sodium in it. So you want to avoid stuff like that, because all that's going to do is give you high blood pressure, diabetes, cause cancer, and all of these other things that people deal with because of food. Most of the food is bad. So we have to make better decisions. Yes, I agree. All I need is a quick snack. I'm good for the day. I know that's right. A quick snack. So I like snacking. One thing that I can say about snacking is, you can always do like a side salad as a snack, or you could do some nuts like Brazil nuts. I basically do a trail mix. I'll have cashews, pistachios, I'll do some almonds, I'll do maybe some raisins, some banana chips, and that's more of a healthy snack. um some other healthy snacks could be fruit. If you want something sweet, you can always do fruit. You can actually turn your fruit into sherbet or ice cream by just blending it up. Just like you would make a smoothie, you could blend that up, pop it in the freezer, and now you got sherbet. Now you got something sweet. versus going to the store and buying a bunch of junk and stuff like that. So one thing about natural fruit, it has natural sugar in it. And I believe that natural sugars is okay. You know, the white sugar, that's the sugar that you want to avoid. Sugar from fruit, I feel like it's good. Um Maybe I wouldn't probably go crazy and do a whole lot of fruit, cuz it's still, got sugar, but at the same time it's a natural sugar. It's not a bad sugar, if that makes sense. Um as far as like meat, if you eat meat, I would say that if you're struggling with high blood pressure, if you're diabetic, if you got high cholesterol and stuff like that, I would definitely stay away from red meat. I would stay away from meat in general. You want to do more of a plant-based diet, avoiding meat, avoiding dairy, milk, cheese, yogurt. You want to avoid those type of things, especially when it comes down to a lot of people of color, a lot of black people is lactose tolerant. Milk and yogurt and cheese and all that stuff, it causes a lot of skin issues. It causes mucus, it causes fungus. So you want to try to avoid, milk and cheese and dairy and yogurt and all that stuff. Granulated sugar, no go. That's right. That's the word I was looking for, Red. Let me pin that. Granulated sugar is a no go. Um, it's okay, like I would say during the summer months, you might want some lemonade or you might want some sweet tea and you might have to use some sugar, but you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to. Some people, they put sugar on everything. Like every time they eat something, it's full of sugar. You want to stay away from that white sugar if possible, because sugar is not good. Um, what else can I tell y'all? I was at one point in my life, I was vegan for like 5 years. No meat. Um, and I lost a lot of weight. Um, I felt pretty good. I know that in my opinion, I feel like I looked good, and I am kind of want to get back to that in a sense. But my thing is, I do like meat. Even though I know that a lot of the meat is not real meat no more. A lot of the meat is fake meat. And then you even have meat that's human meat. You have a lot of these fast food restaurants and people that's coming right out and saying, hey, we use human meat. You got commercials that's showing you humans and they're turning them into meat, into chicken nuggets and stuff. So, like, why would you eat from there? So, a lot of the meats, if you can't get your meat from like a farm, if it's not, like farm raised without any antibiotics and stuff like that, I would avoid so much meat. And I'm the type of person, I don't have to have meat. I can go without meat. And when I do eat meat, it's not that much. It's like a little bit. But I feel like I am a person that do like meat, but only certain types. I'm more so like I like lamb. I like beef, but when it is pure, when it is, farm raised or grass fed meat, you want to look for quality. So quality meat. A lot of times the reason why people get food poisoning and, a lot of times when they're doing all these recalls and stuff, the majority of the time it's on regular stuff that people buy, like regular eggs, regular meat, regular milk, regular. Try to do organic if you can. In this day and time, you just don't know what you're getting at the grocery store, because just because it says organic doesn't mean that it's organic. Just like they slap on stickers and labels and stuff, of course they're slapping on labels on that stuff too. Don't think that they're not. Like, we can't depend on the government and these people, the the CDC, and all these people to tell us the truth. Their main goal is to kill off a mass majority of people. So don't think that these people have you in their best interest, because they don't. So that's why we have to do the best that we can with what we have. And we got to pray over our food. It don't matter if you chewing some gum, pray. Pray over your drink, pray over your food. Every time you go out in public and you eat somewhere, or you're at a fast food place, pray over your food. Pray over your food. Don't forget that. Always pray over your food. What else can I tell y'all? Is it anything else that y'all want to add to this or say? Like, we're talking about health right now. We're talking about food. For those of y'all that's just coming in, that's what we talking about. I'm about to get up and fix me some like some cereal. But I think I'm gonna do hot cereal instead of doing instead of doing whew. So Brooklyn, hi. Brooklyn honey, hello to you too. Welcome in. But if y'all have, like I said, if y'all have questions, y'all want to add to what I'm saying, feel free. Most deaf pray and thank God for the meal provided. Yes, we all, that is so important. And just to touch on that, when you first getting up in the morning time, in the AM, pray, Lord, I thank you for today. Lord, thank you for waking me up to see another day. And just thank him. Even if you don't know how to pray, a thank you is like a lot. Lord, thank you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for waking me up. Thank you for allowing me to see another day, because it is not ourselves. We're not waking up ourselves. God is waking us up. So the fact that he loves you enough to give you another opportunity to see another day. Some people, unfortunately, they didn't wake up today. Some people passed away. You got people that's dying every day. Some people don't make it to see another day. So if you're here, if you're still here, count your blessings. And don't ever act like you so much, because God can take you right out of here at any given moment. So I'm just thankful, that I'm here. I'm thankful that I'm able to just be a blessing to people here on social media, the people in my life, people that I'm connected to. I really am thankful for the people that I have in my life. Domino, shout out to you. I'm doing homeschooling while watching. Shout out to you. Kudos to you. I used to do homeschool too. Homeschool is it's pretty good. I kind of enjoy doing homeschool. I feel like that's the best thing right now. Everything is so crazy. You can teach your children what you want to teach them, and not what the world is teaching them. So homeschooling is a good thing. Dan, what is that? Danique or Danaki 8 or whoever you are. I'm gonna say Dan. What you mean free world? What you mean by that? But I do feel like homeschool is a good thing, especially the stuff that they're teaching in schools. A lot of the stuff that they're teaching in schools is it's just not good. So if you're able to teach your children at home, and maybe, work from home like myself, that's a good thing. Like I said, my children, they're older, they're in high school. We did homeschool for, I believe, like 2 years, and it was okay. The only thing that I didn't really like about homeschool is as the children start getting older in high school, a lot of the stuff, I'm gonna be honest, I just don't know. And then some of the stuff they don't know, and I feel like it's not really hands on. So, um, it's mostly them doing all this work, all these different assignments on their own independently. So I feel like, you know, having a teacher that can either come in your home, or either having, your children go to school and be taught. And if they were teaching them, all of the right things, I feel like that is better, because they have that one-on-one thing. Something else that I don't like about homeschool is the fact that a lot of times your children, they don't have nobody to interact with. They don't have any like peers. They don't have no, like in school they got, people like friends, and they're able to be what's the word? Sociable. With homeschool, it's just the parent or whoever's doing it and the children. And I do feel like children need those social skills. So if you are going to do homeschool, they need some type of activities and stuff like that. That way they're getting those social skills that they need. It is a better learning experience, but you have to have things in place for that too, I feel, or else, they're gonna lack in those areas. And I feel like it's very important for children to be sociable. Of course, you got a lot of parents that do homeschool because they don't want their children around the children of today. And I don't blame them. I don't want my children around certain stuff either. But if you train up a child in the way that they should go, when they get older, they will not depart from that. So I feel like it's very important that you always have God in it. Don't just be at home. If you have the opportunity to homeschool your children, you need to be teaching them about God, because in regular school they ain't doing that. So that's your opportunity to teach them things that they would not teach them in regular school. So homeschool has its perks. It has its ups and it has its down, just like regular school has its ups and down. And like I said, the key to both of them is prayer. You gotta, teach your children the Bible. You gotta take that time out to talk to them about heaven and hell. Talk to them about God created male and female, because you have so much confusion, so much perversion. You got so much stuff going on in the world, to where your children get out there in the world and they see stuff and it confuses them. But if you're teaching them at home that, hey, God created man and woman. He didn't create male and male, female with female. So the people that's doing that is wrong. That's out of order. When you start teaching your child that stuff from an early age, then they're going to know. They're going to have the fear of the Lord instilled in them, and they're going to know right from wrong. And especially if you're in church, and if you're taking your children to church, and they're constantly hearing that, well, guess what? They're going to be better off than most of the world. they're not going to be easily to be manipulated or controlled by society because they're learning the truth at home, or they're learning the truth when they go to church. So I feel like that's very, very important. Very important. What is in here? But yeah, y'all. Gotta wash my little pan out. Let me go ahead on and start up my little burner. I'm about to get ready to make me some matzo meal. I love matzo meal. And I'm probably gonna end up having a smoothie on the side of this. I'm trying to get back into it. I have some, I'm gonna take this out right now so I won't even forget. I have some, this is called Stomach Slim. Let me show y'all what this is. So there is a person, we call him the T-Man. He's an Asian man that my mom has been knowing for years. And we've been going to him. And he has this stuff called Stomach Slim. This stuff is powerful. I'm talking about it detoxes your body. It helps you to lose weight. So I'm about to get back on this. I didn't even finish the whole bottle out. I still have, that's how much I have left. But basically, you take 3 capsules 2 to 3 times a day. So I'm going to be taking, I might just do the 2 capsules just so I can kind of save on the amount of, supplements I have until I can get some more. But once I stock up on a couple bottles of these, I am going to do the 3-3-3. Or you can do 3 capsules twice a day or 3 capsules 3 times a day. And I'm telling you, this stuff, it works. When my sister, before she went into the military, she took this. She was able to lose a lot of weight by taking this Stomach Slim. And I'm getting back on it. And I'm excited. I'm excited about this. I want to keep up with this time because I noticed a difference. When I was using it, like the weight was coming off. Like, it's no doubt about it. The weight was coming off and you feel better. When you look good, you just feel better. You feel better about yourself. That's why you got people that once they start going to the gym, they kind of become addicted to going to the gym because they want to look good. And like I said, you feel better when you're able to work out. You feel better, you look better, everything. Okay. And I'm going to take my water over here. Pour this in. Good day, my Texas friend. Good day. Good day, good day, good day. Let's try to get into a habit of saying good day. If y'all following me, y'all like me, y'all enjoy these lives and these videos, we want to say good day over here. We don't want to say good morning. Please and thank you. Let's just get in a habit of saying good day. And even when you're out and about, stop telling people good morning. Tell them good day. You don't want to speak those word curses over your life. Get into a habit of saying good day. It takes, I think they say it takes 30 days to break a bad habit. So let's just challenge ourselves to speak different and to talk different. And you're going to be so glad that you did. So, yeah, I don't even want to see, I don't want to see good morning on here no more. Honestly, I just don't. Like, I feel like I haven't been really saying a whole lot about it. I've been letting stuff slide. I be trying to be like, okay, maybe they gonna catch on at some point. But I feel like some people, they don't catch on, and they probably don't want to catch on. Okay, so I'm gonna be taking some matto meal. That's what I'm gonna be doing. And I think I need to add a little bit more water just in case. Add just a little bit more water. And basically what you want to do is you want to just kind of have your spoon ready and kind of stir. Just kind of stir it in. I'm going to have to sit y'all right here because I don't want to have a bunch of lumps and stuff in this stuff. And basically, it's kind of like a porridge, just like what it is. It's like a hot cereal. It's like a porridge. Once you get it stirred in, then you want to, it's going to start popping. So you want to turn it down to a lower setting. And just keep stirring it till it's smooth. Some people like to add sugar and butter to this. I am going to be putting a little butter and a little sugar in here. You can use date sugar. You can use you can do date sugar. Rinse that off. You see how we got that big clump right there? You want to try to avoid those big clumps. And then I'm going to add some milk to this. I did put water. When you're making this, you can actually put milk. Have your milk come to a boil and then pour your hot cereal in there. I always just use water and then I just add milk to it. You can add fruits to it, granola, banana, whatever you want to add to this. So I just add some milk in here. You want to turn the burner all the way down to low because you don't want to burn it. And I'm going to take a little bit of this. I can't believe it's not butter spray. And I'm just going to I know some of y'all probably like, we was just talking about, healthy and this and that. But the thing is, I don't eat this all the time. And I mean, it still doesn't justify, you know, using certain stuff. But the fact of the matter is, I really don't eat this all the time. This is not something that I eat all the time. And I'll just put a little bit of sugar in here. And we was just talking about sugar too. But like I said, you can put honey. A lot of times I put honey, date sugar, or pure cane sugar will probably be another better option. Get you a bowl and then pour it in here. Get you a spoon. And it's done. So this is hot cereal. You can let it cool off or whatever. Let me just taste. It's good. Good day. Good day, good day, good day. And I think I'm gonna come over here to this side so I can make this smoothie really quickly. So first things first, let me get this, wipe this counter off. This counter, what I don't like about this counter is just stay wet no matter how many times you wipe it off. It just stays wet. So we have our magic bullet right here. So we got some mangoes. I got these from Trader Joe's. These mango slices. And I'm just gonna do mango, and then I'm gonna use some orange juice, some Simply orange juice. So we're doing a mango orange juice is what we're doing. And then I'm gonna take these capsules right here, Stomach Slim, and I'm gonna pour out 3 of them. And I'm gonna pull, y'all will see me pull these apart and add it to the smoothie. Okie dokie. All right. So we're gonna pour some, whoa, put the mango in there. And then I'm gonna take some of this orange juice. Take our capsules, and all you gotta do is twist it apart and put it in here. I'll take them apart because sometimes I have trouble swallowing capsules. And these capsules, I mean, it look like plastic or something, so I don't know. But I just take the stuff, I just pull it apart. So now you have this, okay? Put the Stomach Slim stuff in there. I do have some peaches. Maybe I should add a peach or two to this. I forgot I had some peaches in here. I'm just gonna add probably like 2 or 3 peaches to here. That's probably good enough. What's up? Then once you do that, you want to screw on the top. Make sure you screw it on good. And then blend it up. Shake it up, and then one more time. Okay, now the smoothie is done. That tastes so good. And I have my smoothie right here. We got the Stomach Slim in there. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying though, huh? Okay. But anyways, y'all, I'm gonna check back in with y'all later on. Y'all go out, make it a good day. Have a good day. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.